Well, thank you, Katie. My name is Nalie, and I'm coming to you from Montreal, Canada. So I'm really happy to be in San Francisco, and especially here at Instagram, because Instagram and social media overall has really changed my life. I think it's changed all of our lives. I think it's changed the world. For my life in particular, I grew up never really knowing what I wanted to pursue. I remember high school was confusing. Graduating from university to starting my very first job felt like a early midlife crisis. I used to go to bed feeling purposeless and empty. And I'd wake up in the morning feeling like a zombie, moving forward, not really knowing why. Anyone else ever feel like that in their 20s? Maybe still today. Anyone ever think that when they grew up they were gonna work at Instagram? Okay, good, because then you'd be lying. Because just like you would have never known, or we would have never guessed, that Instagram and social media would be as powerful as it is today, changing all of our lives, I would have never guessed that at only 24 years old in 2013, I'd be diagnosed with breast cancer. And that rocked my world. Desperate to make sense of all of this, I took to social media to share my journey. Cancer, funny enough, taught me to stop overthinking and over-planning life and really just to start living. And who knew that by sharing little tidbits of my life as authentically and real as possible, just of me living square by square, that it would be enough to build a movement of resilience, a community of people who are empowered, searching to live better, inspired, and thrive above adversity. I never thought that was possible. So I would just share my life, and after a year of treatment, I did the chemotherapy, the mastectomy, got my breast removed, radiation, shared all of that online. I was then cancer-free. And now my posts were like my followers. At the time I had 25,000 now. Everyone was cheering me on, celebrated my victory. I was now put on the pedestal as that pinnacle of hope. My posts started looking like, yeah, if I could do it, so could you. I posted about courage and self-awareness. I even got the opportunity to do a TED Talk, which is all about never hiding and the importance of sharing your journey because you have no idea who you're going to inspire. Started receiving amazing opportunities beyond my wildest dreams. Life is full of surprises. And after 3 years of being in remission, I started to cough. It was this really dry cough, very annoying cough that wouldn't go away. And my boyfriend, who is here today, kind of is a little paranoid now when it comes to my health. And he forced me to go to the hospital, and thank God he did. Because when I did a scan, the results came in and both my lungs lit up like a Christmas tree. When breast cancer spreads from one area to other organs of the body, it's called a metastasis. Metastatic breast cancer is also known as stage 4 cancer. There is no stage 5. This is the diagnosis that I am currently living with today, believe it or not. Now faced with this incurable disease, I was also faced with a choice. Do I share this part on social media, or is this the part that I give up? Because I remember lying in my hospital bed and thinking, whew, I felt like a failure. I felt ashamed. And I started thinking, ooh, if I were to share this with my followers, would I disappoint them? Would I scare them? For 4 years, I had been posting content and they would turn to my page for hope and inspiration, and I thought that by sharing the reoccurrence, I was about to take all of that away from them. But in life, and especially on the gram, I like to keep things real. #NoFilter, right? So as much as I had hesitated, I created this video, a really raw and real video of me pouring my heart out to the camera, announcing that the cancer had come back. This time it's in the lungs, it's now incurable, and I had to start treatment all over again. I was going to hit share, I hesitated, but I did it. And thank God I did. Because within minutes, I received an outpour of just love and support. For 4 years now, I had been posting content that, people would consider really brave, for me shaving my head, doing chemotherapy, but for me, that post was by far one of my most courageous posts, because for the first time, I finally opened the door to others to come and help me. That's something I have never been good at. So the support really uplifted me, and that's the moment I realized that these aren't my followers, this is community. The likes and the comments, that's not just statistics to measure popularity. This is an exchange, it's a relationship. As a matter of fact, I've met, some of my closest friends now, people who really, your people who really get you on the gram. I have a podcast called Thriver Talks. I'm writing a book currently called The Thriver's Guide, all about how to heal and live your best life beyond cancer. And I have a co-host and a co-author, and her name is Stephanie. And she actually is from LA. And when she saw that video, she slid into my DMs and she wrote to me and she said, "Hey Nalie, saw your video, and guess what? I too am living with the same exact diagnosis, stage 4 metastatic, spread to the lungs, and my lungs are clear today, and someday yours will be too." That was the start of not just a sisterhood, but also that day was the day that reignited hope deep within me that I have not let go of. That message, along with the thousands of comments and messages that I got from my community, from the collective prayers and even the advice and just the support, was what I needed to spring up out of my hospital bed. We'll probably discuss my story a lot more in detail. You guys are more than welcome to ask me questions and ways that I've overcome life's craziest challenges. But if there's one piece of advice that I'd like to give to you today, is that whenever you're faced with a challenge and you are afraid of failure, I want you to ask yourself, why do you even want to succeed? What's your reason? What's your why? I know that I am not ready to die, but every day I ask myself, why do I want to live? What's my purpose? What's the point? What's my why? How I do it, what I do, doesn't matter as long as it's aligned with my why. And my why is my community. And my community starts with my loving boyfriend, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my best friends, and everyone that I love. And that highly now includes my online community. The community who got me out of the gutter, the community that gave me the support and even a reason now to now wake up in the morning feeling like I have purpose. And sometimes people confuse purpose with purpose is like, when you have purpose, you're Beyonce. You have 100,000 followers on Instagram. That's not purpose. Purpose can be as simple as spreading love and light. And that's how I like to see my purpose, is being that person that can make you smile when you're feeling like times are tough, that reminds you that you are not alone in your struggles. That's my purpose. So thank you all at Instagram for giving me that platform that I can do so effortlessly and instantly every day. Thank you.